segment of the Stairway, Sober What Next, is to help us meet different people who have been able to take a step back into the society, getting integrated into the financial sector in their own way, with their own inspirations and with their own stories of how they did it. So today I'm joined here by Michelle, who
Hi.
I met in the streets of Instagram. I DM'd her.
Yes. Out of nowhere.
I tell you, the universe has a way
For
of
sure.
bringing, your page just appeared on my feed, and I was like, you know what? That day you'd written about your journey.
Yeah.
I was like, the universe just gave me my second guest, and I love her story and the way you explained it. And I was like, a weekend, a book. I want to hear more.
Eckhart Tolle.
Yes, Eckhart Tolle. Finished. I was like, I'm sold. I need to hear more of this story than the paragraph she's written. So welcome, and
Thank
you guys will hear about it. Don't worry.
Thank you so much.
I've not spoiled that story.
Yeah. Thank you for having me and for finding me on Instagram. Happy to be here.
So let's start from the top. How's the journey been?
Amazing. About 4.5 years now sober.
Wow.
And literally everything in my life from the moment I decided to stop drinking has changed in the most positive way. And that's how I know, like, it was the catalyst to make all the changes in my life. The quitting drinking part.
Wow. No, I love this and the serenity.
Yeah.
I must tell you guys, this space has a feeling of you. Like when I met you previously last week, you have an aura of peace. It's like walking peace. It's floating, levitating on earth. So now I understand your spot.
My spot, how it came out, yeah.
Yes, it all came out, and I'm like,
that's exactly what I wanted it to feel like. So
Yeah.
hearing you say that that's what it feels like makes me feel good.
Wow.
I got it out then, what I envisioned
So
in this space.
previously, what was it before? What was Megan before?
Yeah.
And of course, before I don't know whether I can ask before as an active user, and then now the transition to this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would like to know more about that.
Okay, so prior to quitting drinking, I drank a lot. Basically, whenever I could be drinking and still function, I would be. Especially weekends, every weekend, but I got to the point where it was almost every day.
Yeah.
And I was functioning, highly functioning. I went to work, never ruined my career. Gratefully, I'm very good at what I do, which is coloring hair, right? So I could pretty much do it with my eyes closed or half drunk, which I did sometimes. So, and since then, quitting, changing my path, things started popping up because of the different energy I was putting out into the universe. I needed to change from where I was. This came up, and here we are.
Oh wow! Were you employed then?
Yes, I was employed for 7 years at a salon in Village Market. Until so 4 years ago, 3 years of that I drank, and then the next 4 I was sober. And this is only the 7th week starting in this space, so it's pretty new here. Yeah.
Oh wow!
Opening my own business.
So tell us the story, the story about the book. Two books.
That's it. Exactly. What happened was, first I had what you might call what is it called? The bottom of the
barrel.
Yeah, like your lowest point, right? I had a really bad weekend, drinking, did dumb things, got in a fight, things that are embarrassing, correct? So, drank at work badly, got called out on that. That weekend. Like the weekend before, our weekend. Like, so I had that bottom point, and then went to work that week. It was the beginning of February, which is a short month. So because of all these bad things that happened, I decided that I'm going to try to just have a dry February because it's a short month. I can do it, right? And so I'm always fully booked at work. I never have a break. I never have time to sit and read. And I had these 2 books in my house that I had wanted to be reading for the last 5 years. Never got a hold of them to read. Or I read 2 paragraphs, put them down, that was it. One was The Secret, and one was The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And after I decided to quit drinking that Friday, it was a Friday, that weekend, 2 of my clients canceled, or 3 clients, I can't remember, but Tuesday and Wednesday, the end of Tuesday and the beginning of Wednesday, I had free at work. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me just throw these books in my bag. I'm going to bring them to work and read them. So I sat there Tuesday and Wednesday, like Tuesday evening or afternoon, Wednesday morning, read both books cover to cover, finally. And the way that they changed the way I think, I am telling you, my life has never been the same. Everything since those points of understanding, all you have is right now. The past doesn't exist. The future doesn't exist.
Exactly.
All you have is right now. Even everything that's going to happen to you in the future is going to happen to you in the now, in the future.
Yes.
So it's not something you can be thinking about and worrying about. Also, the past, people dwell on being anxious about things they've done, mistakes they've made, but that doesn't exist anymore either.
Yeah.
It's gone. So once you understand that, and then also the secret teaches you about the law of attraction.
Yes.
What you put out, you get back.
Yes.
So if you focus on complaining about things, you get more things to complain about.
True that.
If you focus on being grateful for every little thing you have, you get more and more things to be grateful for.
That is very true.
And I'm telling you, like, the way things changed from that point.
Yeah.
In every aspect of my life. Yes, career, I have my own business. Now I'm happy.
Yes.
But also relationships, family, growth in every area, partnerships.
Yeah. Now, you read the books.
Yeah.
You get all these downloads. Let me call them universal downloads.
It is. It was
like 100. DNA switch up.
Literally changed the way I think.
What happens the next week at work? Now the person approaching them is different.
Yeah.
So
and I'm trying to think what the specific difference would have been very initially.
I think
probably just my attitude, I'm guessing, or just focusing on, I think maybe at work things were not as much different as things were outside of work. I stopped going out, right? And I stopped dating. I didn't date anyone for 2 years. I didn't even try to date anyone. I didn't have any sort of relationship. I just focused on myself, reading books like those ones. My children, who, it pains me to say, probably suffered through things I did. So building those relationships back and focusing on me and making myself better. So work itself, probably pretty similar, but just different attitude maybe.
Were you hit with the isolation bug?
Isolation. Oh yeah. But then also like COVID came, because this was early 2019. So it's 1 year later it's COVID. Yeah. So I was home chilling.
Because there's this. I really know there's one thing in common about anyone who's been in addiction, and then the moment you stop, and then there's something about the universe visiting you, knocks on your door. There's an isolation thing it does.
Yeah.
Like, let's go.
I would sit up late at night, just sitting on my balcony, thinking, thinking about my life, but change the way you think to not being like feeling guilty about it, being thankful for where you are and where you've come to. And knowing that the future is better than you can even think. Because once you understand how your thoughts shape your life, you can create anything you want to create. And, so you're so powerful that it's very careful. You have to be very careful with what you think about. If you think about the negativity, you get more of it. If you think about the positive, and then the universe, I find, whatever happens in your life ends up being better than your best case scenario that you can even imagine. So I had all these ideas of like where I wanted to be, my salon eventually, but where would I be able to find something that I can afford that's in this side of Nairobi, because this is where my clients are based. I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to afford something, or find somewhere with the outside. And then this just popped up out of nowhere, you see?
Before we even get there. So now, so you after you read the law of attraction, the secret about the law of attraction and everything, so you start thinking about your future and what you'd like to be, and about owning your own salon. But then you're hit by the downloads, like how can you afford
exactly
this place? How did you deal with those thoughts? It's the knowledge of what you were reading and the Eckhart books and the power of now.
Mostly just trusting that it will happen when it's supposed to happen, and if it's supposed to happen, the means to get there will provide themselves, whatever that is. That could be family, that could be maybe an investment of something from somewhere, or what.
So what did you do?
For me, I'm thankful and blessed that I have a family, parents back home in the States, who have always been very supportive of me and my dreams. More recently, obviously, they've invested in this. Because for a long time, they knew that there was something that I was going to want to do that would be on my own, whether it be purchasing where I was before, which I decided not to do, or finding my own place and making it of my own energy. And that's why I decided to do my own thing. And so the fact that they were willing from a long time ago to help me, I knew they would. So I wasn't scared that I wouldn't have the money to do it. And I'm thankful for that, because almost no one has that.
Now, did your family know about your lifestyle prior?
Yeah.
Before?
They didn't know how bad it got. But then, I mean, this is extended since I was like 1920 in Seattle. Like I drank from when I went to college, university, dropped out of university. States. Yeah, in Seattle.
Okay. So now, when you sent your proposal to them,
they
were like, you know what? Yeah, we're going to invest in that. Were you shocked, or were you like, universe, I can see you?
Yeah. No, and I did. I wrote a proper proposal. You know, I wrote out everything I wanted to do, how much it would cost, drafted it to both of my parents and my step-parents, and sent them off. And I knew, because of how the universe works, I think, and also because of our relationship, that they would be supportive of me. But it was still, you still have that little like oomph of like, okay, and then like clicking the send button on the email, you know, you're like, whoa, okay, here we go. But then they did. They responded really well,
so
supported me.
A lot of faith and a lot of believing in yourself, actually.
Absolutely,
You have to yourself and the God within.
And your journey, yes, the God within. It's inside of you. You have the power. People give it outside. People put the power outside of themselves so much.
Yeah, you give away your power.
Yes, you know. Whereas it is you, because the universe is you. You are the universe. It's all connected. We're all connected. What we do affects each other.
So shame didn't really, like the shame about your past, or what they would think, or maybe they would rethink. Maybe they would think I would squander the money.
No, by that point, for sure, I was beyond that. You know, as far as the going back, like I've made huge changes in my life, and I would never go back to alcohol. And they know that, so they were confident enough. But for sure, that's like back then when I was drinking, if I wanted to invest and build something of my own, that's why it never happened then. It would have never worked. You know, even just the way I see, like I'm being paid now, you know, I'm working every day, banking stuff, you know, that money would be gone if I was drinking. That's true. You know, it wasn't, it wasn't the time then, it's the time now.
Yeah, that's true. And previously, sorry to take you back.
It's okay.
How did you deal with the shame? I think we've talked about this without the camera. That you guys, like we were talking about the shame, and about how you take it, your perspective about shame as something that holds back many people on the long-term recovery journey.
Right.
What's your perspective?
So what happens with shame and, you know, drinking, drugs, guilt? I feel like a lot of people dwell on that, not understanding and realizing that everybody has done the same types of things. You're not going to be an alcoholic drinking constantly or most of the time and not have done dumb things. Everybody does dumb things. It's how you come back from that.
Yes.
And learn from that. And maybe going back to those things and speaking about them is what can help someone else.
Thank you. Speaking about it actually helps.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like detoxing.
I'm forever talking on my like social media about drinking. That's how you found me. I'm forever talking about it, and I've always had this thing inside of my head that if I can help someone with my story, I want to. And then you just popped up out of nowhere, and now we're doing this. You see?
It's like you asked it, and the universe was like, "Oh, there's a girl in Mombasa."
Yeah, like in Mombasa, Kwanza.
Boom, today. Yeah, that's true.
Yes, everyone has a story.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's very, very true. Now, how has it been so far?
Amazing.
When you look at this and how
every single day I'm thankful, and that's, you know, I even teach my kids, if you can say thank you every day as many times as you can about the smallest things. Wake up, and if it's like sunny outside, be like, I'm so thankful today it's sunny. Or like, I'm thankful that I have this blanket I can cover myself with tonight and be warm. And if you vocalize it, the more you like if you're ever feeling down or bad, like about yourself or sad,
you do that too.
Yes. Start saying thank you just to yourself, or out loud though, vocalize it. About any little thing you can say, like I'm so thankful for that. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. You will feel better.
That is so true. Gratitude
genuinely
carries you through any bad mood.
If you feel sad about anything, say something you're thankful for.
Now, there's a concept I want to ask you about.
Sure.
You know, making amends, the famous AA concept.
Yeah. I never did AA, but I know.
Yes.
I know, yeah.
Did you ever exploit as a means to maybe get back to talking to people, like the clients now you have here, the mantra? Because I'm sure some of the clients definitely moved with you.
Oh, all of my clients moved with me. I'm very blessed. I'm so thankful. My clients have been so supportive and sending me new clients, and I'm just...
So it's so lovely chatting with you.
Thanks. I enjoy chatting with you. I feel like we get each other.
Oh no, yes, we do.
We get each other in a way I've not experienced in a long time. Like you get the universe thing the way I do. Most people, when I talk about it, they're like,
They don't get
You're
it.
crazy.
It's
Or
okay.
something.
Divine timing, as we said last week. Everyone's timing. Everyone's
Yeah,
timing.
everything happens the right way.
Yes, the right way
Mm-hmm.
at the right time. At their own divine timing, they shall get
Mm-hmm.
what we got.
Absolutely.
They shall be taken for a walk with the
Mm-hmm.
universe.
Yes.
I don't know.
And they'll see something, and then
Yeah,
they'll be like, I
something
get it. Like something just clicks.
DNA
Because you can
upgrade.
hear the same thing over and over again, and it means the same thing to you. But one day,
yes,
it means
and one
something
day-
completely different.
And that's what I tell people. Same sentence.
Yeah.
But one day something happens.
Yeah.
And it means completely. It's like
that whole.
It's like at night. Some people actually tell me, Mom, I think at night the universe came with the
and just
and did something about the upgrading of my
yeah,
DNA.
honestly.
I don't get things the same way.
And then you never will, right? Like
it's never the same again.
Like everything's different. And some people understand it, some people don't understand it.
Yeah, it happens. I think the ones who don't understand it is it's not their time.
Absolutely, they will in the right time, for sure.
Yes,
yeah.
At their own time.
Mm-hmm.
Trust me, when the universe lands on you and you wear the magic glasses.
Yeah, then that's it.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome.
And you are just the
Thank
best.
you for coming. I'm so happy.
Thank you for the coffee and everything.
Absolutely, anytime. Welcome anytime, by the way.
Oh, thank you
when you find
much.
yourself in Nairobi.
So guys, that was it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Please share, like, and subscribe. And join us next time for another episode of Sober What Next?